as well. We used to support RE. I used to work on Ariba query language.
Okay. Okay, so what do you want to do? So you ask me, what do I think you should do? I'm asking you, what do you want to do?
So I have a couple of questions.
So
I'm interested in Masters in Information Technology. After 1 year,
yeah.
I need a work permit, and suppose I get a job. So that would be extended to work permit for 2 years or 3 years, whatever it happens. That duration, while pursuing, while working, can I pursue my MBA?
Well, of course. Let me just clarify the structure again here. They're saying work permit, work permit, work permit. It's not work permit. It goes from a post-study work visa. So the day you graduate, okay? Right? You get a post-graduate study visa, which is a 1-year job search visa. Okay? Once you find a job, meeting the 2 criteria, which is minimum 2-year contract and 30,000 euros a year. Okay? Which is below, like, the average salary in IT is almost 40,000 a year. So it is quite a manageable expectation for a master's graduate in IT to get a 2-year working visa. So you go from graduate employment scheme visa to a working visa. And that working visa is for the 2 years. At the end of that 2-year period, assuming you're happy with the employer, and more importantly, the employer is happy with you, the employer can apply for a work permit for you. Okay? So just to be clear, so graduate visa, work permit. And so once you're on a work permit, it's very stable and very structured, you know. And so once you're there for 5 years paying taxes, you then have the opportunity to apply for long-term residency in Ireland. Now, what I say to every student is that any application for residency in Ireland, long-term or short-term following your studies, will be directly influenced by your performance as a student. Meaning that it will be influenced by your academic results, but more importantly, from an immigration point of view, it will be influenced by your attendance rate. By your attendance rate in class, right? So legally, you have to attend a minimum. The base minimum is 80% of your class. Okay? If your attendance rate drops below 80% at any time during the year, unless it's for medical reasons, you know, but you just decide not to come to class, they can actually cancel your visa and send you home. Now, let's say, you know, you had a bad semester and your attendance dropped down to 70%. 5 years later, 6 years later, you want to apply for a working visa, a work permit. Your 75% from semester 1 will still be on your record. So when they're looking at your profile, it's, you know, being a good guy, you know, they'll look at all the tax he's been paying for the last 5 years. But when he was a student, he wasn't serious, you know. So it's the whole process. From the day you arrive in Ireland, you're building up your immigration history. So as I said, working part-time, no, it's actually encouraged to help you learn a bit more about culture, learn how we work. But at the same time, it's to be done only secondary to your work. I don't say this because I think you're going to go off and do the wrong thing. We just like to always emphasize it, because every year we bring over about 100 students in India every year. One or two always get a little bit carried away because they start earning euros. So it's just making sure that if you feel yourself, oh, this is great, you have to remember, no. You know, 1 year, it's 1 year. It's the long term. The long term is where you're going to make your benefits. You're never going to make your millions working part-time. You know, so it's just important to make sure that you put yourself back. It's only 1 year. So once you're finished, then you start earning money benefits. Then you can do whatever you want. No one's going to stop you. But to answer your other question, is that when you are, once you're on the graduate scheme, once you're on a working visa, or once you're on your work permit, you can study part-time to get your MBA in Griffith or any school. There's no restrictions. But if your visa is based on working, you must be working. You'll never be able to study full-time. You must study, because if initially your visa is based on study, that's why you study full-time and you're working part-time. When your visa becomes based on work criteria, is that your permission to remain in Ireland is based on you being in full-time employment and contributing taxes, so you can then study part-time. But there are plenty of part-time programs there, and many students do their studies part-time, so you won't have a problem with that. A lot of companies, particularly good companies, they often encourage staff to take up further education because ultimately they benefit. If you're getting more skills, then you become more efficient, and the company benefits. It's the other benefit to make sure you're there. So there's lots of support there in terms. You find that some companies will actually give you time off to help you with study and stuff like that. So there's good opportunities there.
So what exactly is the fee structure?
The fee structure for the MSc in Computer Science program, which I'll just open here if you just want to have a look at the course structure, is this one here. As you can see, it's a 3-semester program. The first 2 semesters are academic. The third semester is basically for your MSc research project. But the full fee for the full program is €11,000. So it's about 9 lakh at today's, 9.1 lakh Indian rupees at today's exchange rate. The course starts in February. It also starts in September every year, so you have 2 options. January, February. It's January on the offer letter, it's February on the start date. So it's the last week of January, first week of February. So you can come over then, or you can come over in September. What is your IELTS score? 6. So an IELTS of 6, it's a little bit low. Okay, ideally you want 6.5, but 6 is still good enough to understand the course. So what we do with students in your situation is that you come over and you start your course. But we ask you to take an extra 4 hours of English language classes a week, and we give them to you free of charge. Okay? So because we give them to you free of charge, there is no benefit to us having this free. We're obviously doing it for your benefit. Okay? The reason that we do it is 2 reasons. One, when you write your examination or you write your research project, you need to have strong language skills to communicate your point. Also, particularly on final projects, like your thesis and dissertation, grammar will actually lose you marks because it's published work. So it's important to do that. But the other reason is because ultimately, after you finish that 1-year course, you want to go and you want to get a job in Ireland. You want to work in Ireland. We speak in English. We write in English. So no company is going to give you strong responsibility if they don't believe you can communicate efficiently, clearly, and properly, because ultimately every employee represents the company. The same way I sit here, I represent my university. If I say something wrong, or if I can't speak English properly, it's a reflection on the company because they're not sending out somebody who's best placed to represent the company in the best way. And that's what we want in Ireland. So we want to be sure that if we put Vinu out there, and we want Vinu, so we say Vinu. So we put you out there, we want you out there to be we want you to go to a sales meeting, right? So let's say I wanted you to go to a sales meeting today, a technical sales meeting. I need to have confidence that you can go out there and that you don't put on suit and tie, look smart, but you go and you sit down and you talk about the project. You're able to take appropriate notes. You're able to communicate the ideas and understand. And when you come back to the design team, you need to be able to explain clearly to the design team. Some of them will be Irish, others will be Indian, others will be French, but you need to be able to communicate clearly back to them. So that's why we give you those extra 4 hours per week. And that's why they're free of charge, not for our benefit, for your benefit. To make sure that during your course and after your course, you're able to confidently present yourself out there. And so we're not saying that your language skills are low, we're just saying that they need to be brushed up to help you progress yourself because it's like me coming to India. I mean, I can't speak Hindi at all or anything, so for me to be able, I know English is a common language here, but you do need to know, you need to understand what people want, what people are saying. So it's important that you need to take those classes as well.
How long does this course will take?
It's only 4 weeks. Of course, sorry, 4 hours per week.
4 hours?
4 hours per week, and generally, at the end of the first semester, there is an examination. Once you identify your language skills are at the right level, like we don't want you doing it longer than you have to do it. We just want to make sure that your language skills are at the correct level. It's all within your. Okay. Any more questions? Perfect. Very nice to meet you. Hopefully we'll see you coming for February, is it?
Sure.
Perfect. See you in a couple of months.